What's up, guys? It's Liz Kelly. All month long, The Ringer will be breaking down 2018's highs and lows in music, pop culture, sports, TV, and film. Some of the things we've hit so far are the best TV show episodes and the best rap albums of the year. And this week, we are writing about the best performances and the 10 best action movies of 2018. Plus, we'll be reacting to both the Golden Globes and Grammy nominations on the site. You can check all of these things out on TheRinger.com.
Hello and welcome to the Winging It podcast, part of the Ringer Podcast Network. I'm your host, Annie Finberg, joined by Mr. Vince Carter and Kent Bazemore. And I'm very excited to say that the champs are here.
Right. Yeah. Finals MVP.
Andre Iguodala.
Oh, you said my name right.
Yeah, man. Did I kill it? Let's get a high five.
Most white people don't get it right.
What do they say?
Something that ain't right.
Something that ain't right.
And we have Steph Curry coming later, but Andre is here. Welcome. Thanks for coming. We're very excited to have you.
Yeah, I'm excited. I just came here to play golf.
Right.
So you had to do this as part of it.
Yeah.
This was the bribe.
This was the end.
Who's the best at golf here between the three of y'all?
I'm third place.
You're not very good.
Currently.
I'm currently in second place.
Baze is the pro. Are you the pro, Baze?
I'll take it.
Look at that smile.
I've been working at it though.
From ear to ear.
Yeah, I've been getting after it. These guys have families. I got one on the way, so I got a little bit more time.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
The punk ass kids getting away a lot of stuff you want to do.
Hey.
Well, looks like I got plenty of time then.
He's not telling the lie.
Man, he be in the way.
Love you, kids.
So
But
we have two very seasoned veterans here at the table with us. These two, Baze of course too, but they've been in the league.
you're on your way.
You are well on your way. As
What's
am I.
this, 14?
15.
15?
Holy moly!
Charlie.
Man,
That's a lot.
15 and 21.
And
That's a lot of
last-
7. Whoa.
Oh,
5.
Yikes!
Dang.
I should know that.
Yeah, 7 years, man.
That's a lot of years too.
It is. And I had 5 years of college, so it's adding up.
Wait till you get to
that
15.
victory lap.
I can feel it. I can feel it now, guys.
Now you take good care of your body, huh?
Yeah, shoot. Got to.
So Andre, tell us a little bit about how you know Vince first. I know you guys never played together, but you've played against each other for quite a while. What's your first Vince Carter memory? And were you like a little bit of a fan of him?
Yeah, so I watched Vince. I was a Carolina fan. So it was Stack and Sheed was first. So I started watching basketball around the Fab Five. And then once like Stack and Sheed was at Carolina, I was a crazy Carolina fan. Then with Vince, Antoine Jameson, Ed Cota, Obalasha,
Yep.
Mokhtar Njai.
Yeah.
There was another guard,
Shamar
Shamar Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they used to
He knows
rotate.
basketball.
They used to rotate. They had 6 guys and they rotated starter. So
That's crazy.
crazy, dog.
Yo, he on the money
Really,
right
dog.
now.
Like I remember I wanted to cry when y'all lost. It was, I forgot what year y'all lost to Utah.
We lost to Utah. That was
Dog.
my junior year. So
Dog,
that was
I wanted
Did
to
you
cry.
cry?
I wanted to cry. I was so mad.
and
Did
the
you
year
cry,
before,
Vince?
No, the first year when we lost to Bibby in Arizona.
Oh yeah.
I sat on the bench.
Yeah.
The next game was they were doing layups. I was still on the bench. I was like, nah, not yet.
Dang.
So sad.
Yeah.
Because we were up, and we just
Who was on the Utah team you lost to?
Andre Miller, Keith Van Horn,
Oh,
Dang.
shoot.
and they had a big guy.
and the redhead,
Yeah.
Michael Doliak.
Michael
also on the
Doliak.
team.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, they had those squad.
Pros
Yeah.
on pros.
Yeah,
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 no,
squad.
yeah.
And then
Yeah,
Mokhtar
no,
had that controversial thing after the game.
Shoot, that was during the game when he got kicked out. So he said the dude called him.
Yeah.
So he spit in his face
God.
during the game, and then it ejected, and it went downhill for us.
Yeah,
And then Utah played Kentucky in the finals
Yeah.
and lost.
Kentucky had a
That was painful.
ball.
Dang.
So I've been watching Vince since like
Yeah, it's
beginning.
crazy.
But then on the court, my first time seeing Vince was he dunked on Sam Dallenberg in Canada. Wasn't in Toronto, wasn't
Yes.
in Vancouver. Random place.
Preseason game.
And he dunked on him. So he like split a pick and roll like between the legs backwards. And he dunked on Sam. I was like a half court like this. I think Sam turned it over. I looked back at the bench. They was like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Man, that was cold." Man, it was funny, man. But I play with Allen Iverson though, so he would tell me like, "Listen, man, ain't no more of that. You
Right.
big fans of them dudes. Like they breathe the same air as you do." So that was funny though.
Dang.
What was your time like playing with AI? Like that's during his rock star
Right,
days. Now,
right.
I mean,
I think
And I say rock star meaning off the court as well.
Right. It was crazy. And I think my rookie year was his like most efficient season as far as like points and assists. He averaged like 30 and he averaged like a crazy amount of assists. So I was seeing like him do like one night. I hung out with him one night, like just to see what it's like to hang out with him.
Hey, bro, I told y'all the same thing.
What was it like?
Only took one night.
And he didn't like do anything like crazy. Like he wasn't like moving around doing nothing crazy, but he would just be up, like just talking. He would like to shoot the shit, like just talk to the homies. And then, he'd have a couple drinks and he just like talking. And then when he kind of get like buzzed a little bit, he get mad emotional. He'd like touch your face, be like, I love you, man, like a brother. He'd start touching your face. And I'm like, we played Detroit Pistons tomorrow. Like this was Detroit with Detroit. And it was scary playing in there. Like that was scary arena.
Back in the day.
Man, he had like 50. He had 50 that night.
Unreal,
I could not believe it. I was like, man, this dude was up till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, man. Man, he had like 50 that night, man. That's when I was like, yo, this dude's
all the time.
This dude's
that was
incredible.
a regular. It was a norm for him.
Yeah.
So he just doesn't sleep.
He's just capable. He's just.
That's crazy.
Some
He just
dudes
got
can
it.
operate like that.
Some people can function.
No, I
And
mean-
it catch up. I mean, you can do it for a couple of games or maybe a week,
Right.
but then it catch up to you and you crash.
Yeah.
That ain't happened to him very often.
No.
Bad games for him. I mean, I guess you can consider a crash, but
What's your craziest AI memory?
One that I
On
can
the
speak
court.
on.
On the court.
On the court. Oh, he had this crazy thing. It happened all the time where he knew, the hit. Like you guys know the refs. Like superstars know the refs and how
Right.
the relationship with this one versus that one. Whenever he was on the sideline and it was one of them guards that would decide to pick him up full court, then he'd be like, oh, this guy gonna play hard. He gonna try to pick me up full court. AI would just dribble along the sideline, and if the guard touched him, he'll just pick the ball up and run out of bounds. Referee would call foul every time. So I was like, bro, how you just pick the ball and run? He was like, man, these stupid mother ain't gonna call no foul on me. They ain't gonna call travel on me or out of bounds. They gonna call foul. And then he gonna stop pressuring me the rest of the game. I was like, yo, man, that's crazy.
That's the,
And it worked every time?
Yeah, to me, that's
Yes.
the worst superstar to guard who knows what they can get away with.
Oh, yeah.
That's the hardest to guard or play against defensively when they know whatever I do, it's going to work in my favor. That's on top of who he was and what he can do. Like,
That's wild.
Dang, dog, that's
This dude was
nuts.
crazy.
That's nuts.
Like literally just pick the ball up and just go out of bounds on purpose. Like, man, what you gonna call, man?
And it was a foul every time.
Foul every time.
Yo, that's nuts. So wait, hold on. So y'all went to Denver together though, right?
No, we were never in
Yeah.
there together.
Yeah. So I remember when Andre was in Denver, my rookie year, he was saying game winners and shit on us, like swagging. Then he came to Golden State, and that's why I told you guys my whole coming off the bench thing was like easy. I mean, because he was the guy that he had it all. He was the man over in Denver, came to Golden State, came off the bench, Finals MVP. So I'm like, hey, whatever the team needs. I mean, he could have been like, nah, I'm the man, I'm gonna start. That's what kind of helped make my situation a little bit easier. And that's why, I'm fast forwarding a little bit, it's important to be, do stuff like that because you never know who's watching. You know what I mean? That's something I always, kind of hung on to.
Do you think that affected your mentality? Like now with coming off the bench and coach has said that you're just whatever you need to do for the team. Do you think that's kind of set you up for that?
Yeah, and the freedom is a little bit different on the second unit. I mean, that's on every team. The first unit is loaded. Some teams start studded, and the ball. You don't really get the touches you want. So I think moving to the bench, you're playing with a lot of other guys that kind of move the ball. DeAndre and Jay Land, we got a nice little chemistry going at the 1, 2, and the 3. So a little bit more freedom out there, and it's a lot more fun.
So that's a good segment into when did you guys first meet and what's your first memory together?
I just remember Dre being so blunt. Like
Somebody told me that today.
Bro, he says like whatever he wants, dog. Like but you need stuff like that. He just came over, in a new situation and trying to fill everything out. And, he didn't really impose his will on the whole locker room, just kind of sat back and kind of observed. And, we had a couple chats about, some stuff that was going on the team, what guys don't. So, he was cool, down to earth guy. And I was just like kind of, not shocked, but like, yo, this guy was, the man over there, all the touches, triple double alert. And then, come to a different situation and be as humble as he was. I that gave me a lot of respect for him.
And it's safe to say there's not a lot of guys who can do that,
Right.
who are willing to do that for the good of their team or for their career sometimes. Because you see guys who just aren't willing to do so, and now we're saying, where are they now? Or hey, he should have been in this league, stuff like that. And that's what a lot of guys, I think, that's what got me here, willing to do whatever to continue to play this game and still reaping all of the benefits from it. Right. It's just studying the game, loving the game. And I think, I don't want to take the words out of your mouth, but I feel like that move, when younger kids, they don't even understand the big picture of all that.
No.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think for young guys, if you sit back and look at it, they try to break it down and understand the big picture of it. What has he gotten from that outside of an MVP, a couple of championships?
Right, exactly.
Which everybody wants.
Exactly.
And maybe it doesn't work out that way if it had gone a different way. We don't know that, obviously. But when it was brought up to you, how did you feel about it initially? Because I think it's that initial thing that kind of gets to us before we make our final decision.
Right. So the reason why I think it works as smoothly as it did is because Steve and I was coached by the same college coach. So Lute Olson was a coach. So we pretty much see basketball the same way, like certain principles, certain fundamentals, certain areas of attack. Like you do certain things a certain way, all from Coach O. So we see it the same way. You're like shocked. And I was shocked because I was playing so well. Like I had like a little procedure done that summer and I was working hard. I'm like, cool, I'm feeling really good. And Steve was like, you had a great camp and like you deserve to be starting. And I'm like, but here it goes. I'm like, but. So like you said, it's that shock. It's like, okay, we all human. So you kind of everyone has their own ego. So I'm like, oh, what? But at the same time, I'm like, we think in basketball, like we always think in basketball, like, okay, why? All right, it makes sense. But I'm like, man, okay, I got to figure this out. Like, man, you're just thinking about it every day. But in the back of my mind, I knew it made sense because we see basketball the same way. So I'm like, I get it. I
got one for you. So you, in your fourth year, let's say, or younger you, could you have handled that then?
No, not if I was younger. Right. Because like when you're younger, it's easier for others to seep into your world. Like that's what I've learned more than anything, man. Like these young guys, I'd be like, yo, who the hell is giving you advice?
Right.
And it's all those young guys, they have that one person where we sit back and be like, man, if you don't get the hell away from that person.
It's like it's everywhere and it needs to be heard. That's
it's like it's hard to tell a guy bluntly like stay away from that guy that's a bad person because it can kind of kill their world or mess up that relationship that messes up another relationship and it's like a domino effect. So it's very fragile. So yeah, like for me, it was like you got your agent telling you, look, we got to get paid. Then you got your friends telling you, look, you better than this guy. Then you got this guy over here. It's just so many moving parts and people just everywhere. And it's funny because the older you get, the smaller the circle you get.
Right. Yeah.
It's great.
And what these young guys don't understand is like, you only get paid if you winning, bro.
Right.
Like if you in the playoffs every year, you playing well, that's how you get paid.
Yeah.
Like you can average freaking 35 on a team that wins 17 games. And
it means nothing to nobody but you and your people.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you can, like winning is the best thing ever. Yeah. Like we won 60 games. I won 60 games in the league. We won 19 games straight. Didn't lose a game in January. And like that was like the best time of my life. Like everything was great. Going to the Eastern Conference Finals, playing deep into the playoffs every year, even the playoff checks. You know what I mean? You getting the playoff checks, the playoff shares. Like that stuff, like it's
nothing like playoff basketball.
No, nothing like it. And then you don't get the experience and you sitting home watching it every year after year after year. Like, last year, man, it sucked. Start we got off to this year, like it's hard. You keep pushing, and thankfully the league's in a place now where basketball isn't really being dominated by teams right now. It's kind of wide open. You know what I mean? So if you win, 3 or 4 games in a row, you're right back in the thick of things.
Especially in the East.
Right. Yeah, in the East. Yeah. So I mean, that's what keeps you going every day. But not making the playoffs, man, it's hard though. I've been in the league 7 years. I missed it twice. Like I love going to the playoffs, bro. It's the best feeling ever.
On top of that, it's money time. That's why guys earn. That's how you earn your check.
Yeah.
To me, I mean, you get the chance to really showcase who you are, what you are, what you're made of.
Right.
And that's how guys you get paid. Like it's like you said, being on a bad team, scoring points, and then going home in April.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like you go and watch the playoffs and you watch guys earn money. You're like, oh, I'm better than him.
See guys come out of nowhere. Guys like that get a chance, injuries or, when a guy may not play well, some guy get inserted, plays well, and then his whole career changes.
Right. But that's when I like the playoffs. People's like, well, there's something different about you in the playoffs and regular season. I can play. It's real basketball come out.
Right.
The playoffs. Exactly. The ball go where it's supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's fluid.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't none of that nonsense.
Right.
You got to respect the game.
Right.
Yeah. I like the playoffs.
The lights is bright.
Yeah.
Dude, I guarded LeBron James in the Eastern Conference Finals, bro. Like, because DeMar got hurt. Kyle got hurt that year. And I was guarding him, man. And dude, I want to talk about like some sleepless nights. Like, knowing that you got to guard this man for 30 plus minutes every night is like, for me, and I was so young, it's like my first year here. I was like, it's a dream come true, but like, good God, like this dude's like 270, posting every play. But I mean, it's a thrill.
And plays like a guard.
Right, yeah. It's a thrill, though. It's a thrill.
Absolutely.
You dealt with a lot of that too. Well, the past couple of years with LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like for you?
I mean, we thinking the same thing, like, get back.
Load.
Build a wall.
Man.
Build a wall.
Hey, man, get to the paint, man. Listen, man, you ain't getting all them offensive rebounds you got in the regular season, man.
Right.
So just come on back.
Go.
Get back. Right. It's a challenge though. Like you looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different vibe, man. Like your game day routine feels different. You got a little extra bounce in your shots. You're a little jittery when you driving home from shoot around, getting ready for the game, and then eating before the game. Telling everybody in the house, be quiet. Be quiet, man. Just be quiet.
Let me think.
Yeah. So, but it's nothing like when the game starts. It's like you itching for the game to start. And the game's there. You're like, cool. And that's when you're at peace. That's what's funny. Like you're at peace during the game.
Your closeout game for your first championship.
Mm-hmm.
What was going through your mind that day? That morning you wake up. I know you're just talking about like the nerves and everything, but it's one thing, round one. It's one thing in the finals, game 2, 3, or whatever. But we're talking about closeout game now. Closeout game. This is your opportunity to fulfill that golden dream. What was going through your mind that morning you woke up?
Man, it was like Dragonfly, not Dragonfly. I'm thinking Dragonfly Jones, but what was the movie with Show Enough? The Last Dragon.
Oh yeah,
that glow.
Yes,
man. I felt like I had that glow, man. We were in shoot around. Steve was like, we got a chance to do something special, but don't put too much pressure on ourselves. If we don't win, we still going back home. We can close it out at home. So we don't have to we should play free. And I was like, nope. Listen, man, I'm not playing no more basketball games after tonight. Right. That's exactly what I said. I'm like, listen, we ain't playing no more after tonight.
Right.
Like, we gonna win this thing. Like, you know how crazy it is to get here? Like, we may never come back here.
Yeah, man.
Man, we gonna win tonight. And I don't know, I just had this glow. I'm like, I just couldn't wait for the game. I felt great. Like, I don't know if I ever felt like that confident, that good ever. I don't know why. It just, timing was perfect. Joe was crazy
too.
Yeah, that Joe was crazy. And I'm like, listen, man, we going home.
That James, oh my God, I can't imagine, bro.
I want to add to that. So now that night, you heard your name as most valuable player. What did that initial, when you hear your first name, did you even hear your last name after that?
Well, it's funny because Bob Myers came and tapped me, and like he was so happy. The funny thing is, right? I was like, you laugh at like all the people you hug. Like when you win, like you don't even believe I couldn't believe we won. I'm like, oh man, we just won. Like, I'm like, oh, I remember
real.
Justin Holiday came and like grabbed me, and I pushed him. I'm like, man, get the fuck up off me, man. We just won, man. This is crazy. Like,
right.
And now I'm looking back, I'm like, why did I do that? But I'm like, I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. And then you just hug people you wouldn't realize you hug. Like I hug Kiki Vandeweghe. I'm like,
nah.
Don't nobody like Kiki.
Nah.
But I'm just hugging everybody. Rod Thorne, my man, I hugged him. He worked for the league. I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. And then like Bob Myers is like, yo, man, like you deserved everything. I'm like, thanks, man. Like, no, we just won. Like, I'm happy for him. He like, no, man, like, you got Finals MVP. I was like, huh? He was like, yo, man, this is crazy, right? I was like, what?
Bro, that was nuts.
And then I was like, I had my son next to me and he was just happy out of his mind. So I was like, cool.
That.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
I was there for that. I got to see it. That was great.
Did you expect it at all that you were going to get MVP?
No, not really. You've been through before where it's like D Rose going through it now.
Right.
You go through those stretches where it's like, man, you just locked and zoned in. Everything is flowing perfectly. And then you go through the opposite too. It's like, man, ain't nothing working. So during that part, it was like everything just felt like it was flowing. It was like just seamless. Like, man, just you feel like you just couldn't miss a beat. And Bogut was saying it the whole time. He was like, bro, whatever you're doing, just keep doing it, man. Like, I didn't realize what he was saying, but he was like, bro, if you keep playing like this is all you. He kept saying like every game. And I was like, all right. It just, everything was just flowing, man. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, I don't know.
In the zone.
Yeah, you just get locked in.
So what do you do with all those rings that you have? Are they like on display? Are they safe?
Nah, they like
locked away? Sorry, I don't want to give out your secrets.
They ain't locked away. Like somebody can come in and steal them right now.
Oh.
I mean, they could try. They ain't gonna get it. But it's just like it's like sitting on the shelf. Like it's in like a box or something. Like not even out. Because I'm kind of weird. My wife always like, well, why don't you care? I'm like, I don't know. I guess it just don't. I don't know.
All right, yeah.
We saw, or I don't know if you guys saw, but the trainers, Chelsea and Deuce and Mike got their rings when we were just up there.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so cool to see it, like how they open the box and it spins around and all that. But
that was their first one.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's the worst part about having multiple rings is like each one after that, it should be like, all right. Then like the next day you're like, okay, how can we get another one?
Hey.
Oh. The man is here.
What's up, dog?
Speaking of rings, we are now joined by Steph Curry. We are very happy to have you. We're in Atlanta. You just got off some appearance or something, but you're here, right?
I'm
signing
here.
autographs.
Signing autographs, yeah.
I signed some
So,
too, but
Steiner,
mine are
you can
$100
check it out.
a pop. What is it?
Steiner Sports.
Yeah.
No free promos.
Big time.
Well,
Shameless
welcome.
plug to start.
I love it.
My
I love it.
There you go.
We'll get into plenty of Under Armour later too.
Yes.
Got to.
She knows.
Trust me, a year with Baze, it's like you mention Nike and all of a sudden you hear Under Armour.
Vince, what size shoe you wear?
16
We the same
and a
size.
half.
I wear 16 and a half in the game.
Yeah.
Do Nike send you some golf shoes?
Not anymore.
I understand. They still send me stuff, so Nike, you're the greatest. But I know how it works.
Yeah.
I know how it works.
Okay.
I know how it works.
That thing, man.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, man.
But I think we can figure out how to get some.
I got you.
Cool.
I went through Kevin Durant to make it happen. That's what you
That's
gotta
a
do.
good,
You gotta pull
it's a good
strings.
connection.
Yeah, go through somebody to go through somebody.
Yeah, because what? Hard out here for him.
I know.
You know.
Think.
They just forget about your assignments?
Man. We'll talk later.
All right, cool.
You got the shocks back out, though.
I know.
I was supposed to wear
Can
them.
we buy those?
I was supposed to wear them. I got a pair.
Wait, it took you what?
Yeah.
4 years to make.
Yeah, to make that happen. I've been begging. I've been begging for 4 years. Like, come on.
That's crazy.
So I had to tell a little small
That's
little
iconic,
fib
man.
to make it happen.
What is
fib? You know.
That was your last year.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah. Whoops.
I'm gonna use that one on
Thought it
my
was
wife.
the time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get it on my wife.
I'm retired.
I only got 1 year to live. You mess around and die.
You wouldn't lie.
Oh, God.
Yeah, well,
That's funny.
Well, Steph, thank you so much for coming. We're very pleased to have you. I want to know, I know that you and Vince go way back.
I've seen him around. I used to see him
You've
around.
seen him a little bit. So when he played with your
casual
dad,
acquaintances. Yeah, crazy.
how old were you when you first met Vince?
10.
Do you guys have a picture together
99.
that we could get?
I'm sure.
Definitely. There's one
Yeah.
floating around. Probably from the, I don't know, the Toronto Star?
Yeah, for
Is that
sure.
right?
For sure.
We'll find it.
Play
Dang,
one on
that's
one. 1999.
So tell us
2000.
about when
Yeah.
you guys met and what you used to do after shoot around and stuff like that.
Well, he used to be at practice all the time.
Yeah, I was that
He-
snotty nosed kid running
You
around.
and your brother. Everybody just on the sideline waiting every time, shooting. I mean, learning the game. You know, you sometimes like you don't need X and O's. It's just constantly seeing the game, which, you know, you gain knowledge just from repetition and just doing it all the time or being around it all the time. And it was one of those things where I'd go work out after the game. I mean, before the game, and he was like, "You ready to go?" I remember all the time. "You ready?" Like, it was like our routine. It's like I go work out and there he is on the sideline, just getting ready, perfect form. Like,
So you knew.
That's wild.
yeah, you knew.
You knew
It's just-
from when he was 10.
Yeah, it was just one of those things where, like, for someone, I mean, all kids, there's kids who love basketball, but it's another thing of who love it and you understand it and you're around it and you become engulfed in it. And that's obviously he's been engulfed in it for both of you and your brother for many years. So it was destined to happen, and the opportunity, and you know he's taking advantage of it.
That's wild. We used to watch shoot arounds, regular practices. I was actually just in Toronto like 3 days ago.
Right.
Same practice gym up at the top.
Same thing.
So I used to tell him like shoot arounds in the morning on game day. watch. We shoot after. I might play you one-on-one for like 10 minutes. Go back that night for the game. Me and my brother would go up to the practice facility. For the first quarter, we just shoot. We had music playing, we shoot. Second quarter, right across the concourse, is like this little PlayStation console thing. Right when you get off the elevator, we go play that for a quarter. Halftime in the third quarter, we go back and get more shots up. And then the fourth quarter, we sit and watch because we knew you was about to do something crazy. We sit there and watch the fourth quarter from that little top section to come down to the seats and watch. But it was cool. I mean, obviously a blessed childhood to be around greatness and around the highest level of basketball. But it just hammered down how much I love the game, and my brother as well. And just we always wanted to have a ball in our hands doing something.
That's what it's all about. You know, just like laying in the bed as a kid or in the mall, just air dribbling. I mean, that's love. That's love. You're always thinking about the game itself. So, you know, that's what it's all about. I think everybody's kind of going through that moment. You know, we can say, yeah, I used to dribble in the mall. I used to in and out and spin move on people. Random person walking by like, oh, sorry. So, you know.
That's crazy. I'll be looking at myself, I'm like, man, what are you doing? Yeah. We be in outside. I'm like, man, what you doing, man? Oh, just in and out. I'm like, how are you doing? Now you just say that, I do the same shit. It's crazy. Just do the same thing.
That's all.
How often did you guys play one-on-one?
Every home game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did he ever beat you?
He would never let me beat him.
No, not getting ready for a game. Bad side.
Was it ever close?
I don't know.
I might have got a couple lucky ones in. Yeah, I was, 10, 11, so I was probably, I don't even know how tall you are at that age. And I was undersized anyway, scrawny little kid. But I could shoot, though.
That's what the thing, it was just like, you know, you start off like, oh man, can't get a shot off to where, you know, I'm going to figure out how to do it. So it's just kind of like
that's a good point,
perseverance. You know, it's like, okay, he ain't going to block my shot every game, you know, so it's just like now pump fake, whatever. I got to travel to get it off. It's just building those habits and understanding how to succeed in winning on the highest level, you know, and then that's kind of like the highest level for him at that time. It becomes second nature.
I even got like talking to Lenny Wilkins. His last 2 years, I think, 2001, 2002, he's going to get the all-time coaches winning record until Don Nelson took over. But like he would actually show me some like write down plays on the whiteboard and stuff, and like talk about game plan against whoever y'all coming. Like Allen Iverson was coming in, he'd talk about like defensive adjustments and stuff. I don't know if he was really caring about walking me through it, if he was practicing like what he was saying. I don't know what the strategy. I was like, sure. Some of that stuff went over my head, but like Charles, like it broadened my horizon, my knowledge of the game. So it's crazy.
So you grew up in the game, but when you would play against Vince, was he just kind of like one of your dad's friends, one of your dad's teammates, or was he like Vince Carter?
He was Vinsanity. He was the whole deal. Obviously, the appreciation of who he was and how we met through him being my dad's teammate was how it started. But in terms of like I said, fourth quarters, we go down because I knew something crazy about to happen. Like I remember one game, it was like maybe 10, 15 seconds left. He was on the opposite wing across the bench, home bench. He was holding the ball in his left hand, holding it back here like this, just waiting. It was like ice on the wing.
Houston.
You remember the game, right? And I was like, we were just sitting there watching, like, all right, what's he about to do? Holding it like this, just sizing up, seeing what's going to happen. Went baseline.
And dunked on Elijah.
Dunked on somebody. Yeah, and for a game. I'm like, for a game.
That's just crazy.
Like, talking like that was when, Vinsanity was live. And I mean, I wanted to wear his shoes and game in my own middle school games and stuff like that. And everybody at school, I went to school in Toronto and everybody was talking about him and how much he grew the game of basketball north of the border. But obviously what he did for the NBA, it was definitely an awareness of what was going on for sure.
So could you have gotten any pair of shoes you wanted growing up?
Within reason. Anything. Only thing. So my dad, he jumped around a couple of different brands. Even brand Avia back in the day. I had too many Avias in the closet. Never seen the light of day. Okay. But in terms of like some of the teammates he had, I could get some kicks. Not most of them. They were either their game worn stuff. I couldn't get stuff in my side.
Gotcha.
But I did have my godmother bless me with some custom shocks that were in my high school colors after I left. After my dad retired. So those are my joints back in the day.
Which comes full circle because when we went to high school, my daughter goes there now.
That's great.
Aww.
Oh wow!
Shout out to Charlotte Christian.
Yes, Charlotte Christian. So
That's
she
awesome.
plays there now.
It's pretty crazy.
Basketball and volleyball, so it's pretty crazy.
She got bounced.
She got a little bounce, I guess. Amongst other things. So she's always like, yeah, she asks me all the time, she's like, Steph, no, did I go to? Yes, he does. Yeah. So
That's
it's
awesome.
pretty cool. Outside of that, I think the first time playing against him, it was kind of like, I was at that point, I was kind of going through that. Man, I'm playing against my teammates, sons, and it's like knowing him and us playing one-on-one now for it to actually count and it's real. It's like, it's not real. It's like, no, this is real.
The big dog, Glenn Robinson.
Yeah.
The first time I saw his son, man, your daddy was my teammate.
Like Tim Hardaway.
Yeah, Tim Hardaway. I didn't play against him senior. But he was there. Yeah,
That's crazy.
It's a lot of guys, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was a pretty cool moment, like for me to kind of testament. Like I think at that moment I was thankful to still be able to compete at this level, to still be around to even play against a lot of these guys, but particularly him because of the history many years ago when I was doing my thing.
That's how weird was that?
It was weird, man. I was just. Right. That's why the first time I saw it, I was like, man, I got to file you something just to see it's real.
Is that what you did?
I tried to. I was like, man, I got go something. It was just cool. So when we lost to them in the playoffs in Memphis, everybody talked about, team. Now it wasn't more so. It was just more so like sportsmanship. It was more so proud of his accomplishments, and obviously it was we couldn't beat these boys, but it was just like a proud moment.
After game 4, after game 3, we didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. We would try,
Yeah,
but it's just like, just a proud moment, like, just thankful for the opportunity to still play this game against, a young guy who was 10 years old and now on his way to accomplishing something that, obviously every player wants to accomplish. So it was a great moment for me.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Baze, let's transition to Baze Mooring and how you first met Steph. Tell us about it.
Oh, man. Shoot, I was a undrafted guy and $4.99 out of 500 on the ESPN rank. So
what year was that?
That's my rookie year.
I know. I even remember that though.
499 out of 500.
Who was 500?
I was just about to say, who was 500?
Eddie Curry.
Really?
Yeah, Eddie Curry.
Wow.
He was the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
He was 5.
What?
And then they was joking. It was like it's a bunch of dead guys on there ahead of me too.
Ouch.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like
So
488.
yeah. Well, and then Under Armour had sent me a ton of stuff. So I got an apartment. I got this little 2-bedroom apartment. I got an air mattress, a laptop with an Ethernet cord, like a 30-foot Ethernet cord ran across the floor, and like 19 boxes from Under Armour. So every day I would open up like these plastic bags. New stuff every day, bucket hats, big baggy stuff. That stuff our stuff fits now. It's like kind of slim now, but big baggy stuff, and I wear it every day, and just walk around like I belong. And it's just kind of cool to actually be in the NBA. Not getting drafted, and watching the entire draft, and not seeing your name go. You see guys that you played against in college, and you're like, what's going on? Summer league went by, training camp, and just getting to watch these guys play every night, was like a dream come true. So my ode to the game of basketball was just, celebrating, just, being happy. And I could have sat on the bench and pouted, but, these guys were, you see the work they put in, after practice, during practice, and for them to go out and, do some of this amazing stuff. Because I played basketball in the mid-major conference and, go from there to the, I've been in the NCAA tournament, but go to the NBA and see like the level of difficulty, the shots that, Steph will make, and all these guys. I remember Harrison Barnes dunked on Pekovic. Oh my God. Like I you know what I mean? It was, seeing stuff like that, it's hard to sit over there and just kind of, chill. And, the Bay Area does a good job of, blowing stuff up for you, and they caught a couple little, photos of me doing this stuff every time he made a three. And it just kind of blew up. And, being a mid-major guy, obviously saw Steph at, Davidson, in the little magazines and stuff. And, he came out and, undersized guy, back against the wall, chip on his shoulder. And, he just paved the way for a lot of guys like myself, those mid-major guys that, they say he doesn't play against a lot of competition, but, given a chance, he blow the doors off and, It's kind of cool for our relationship to grow from now to like 7 years later. To see what he's done for Under Armour and being blessed to have a hand in that. A shot in the dark, really. Just a crazy little dart that I threw one day.
So did you convince Steph to sign with Under Armour?
Go ahead and tell him. Go ahead and tell him.
I would say I would. I would say so. I painted a picture. I saw how hard he worked. I just painted a picture. I was like, look, man, at the time we had like Kemba Walker, Brandon Jennings, Will Barton, DeAndre Jordan. His shoe was a freaking boot. We didn't really have anyone to move the needle. And just what happened that his contract was coming up, and he had a long history with Nike. I found all this stuff out, but I was like, man, look, we get your own shoe. You will have all this stuff. I haven't talked to anyone at Under Armour about this. None of this. I'm just shooting in the dark. And sure enough, Chris Stone, shout out Stoney, got in touch, and the rest is history. Now he's running the game. Yeah, it's been cool to watch, man, and. Playing his kicks all the time. And, it's a rule, with old teammates, some guys don't play in another guy's shoes when they play against him. But, stuff's comfortable, man. I love it.
Switching it up.
Steph, what'd you think about Baze when you first met him and saw his antics?
He's just a team player, man. Like in terms, he talked about his journey to the NBA, not taking any day for granted. Like it sounds cliche, but like literally his perspective every day was, how can I have fun and enjoy this and lift up the people around me, even if I'm on the court or not. And so that's where the seed was planted in terms of like what you saw on the bench. And that was true, like genuine excitement. It wasn't like I'm here to just hype up the crowd or like make a video or just have something go viral. It took a life of its own because that's how he approached every day. So whether it was somebody hitting the side of the backboard and him doing the earthquake or if it was him doing the Baze more with the 3 celebration or whatever, like that's always fun when you look over, you do something good on the court, your team's playing well, everybody's excited, feeling like they have a role into it. It's an undervalued piece to the puzzle in terms of having a successful team, especially where we started from in terms of the chaos around our organization from when I was drafted to 3 years later when Baze showed up and kind of where we went from there. So he obviously is a vet now. He's a vet on his team. He's leading the younger guys. He has carved out a lane for him in the NBA right now, and it's been amazing to watch kind of where he started from and just the way he approached every day, and it's obviously well-deserved. But again, it's a testament to a guy just appreciating being in the NBA and understanding he's being patient, he's working, but while he's on there on the sideline sitting, he's going to enjoy himself and celebrate and lift his teammates up.
I think that's a lesson learned. Just to hear that and understand, like, there's a lot of guys who are knocking at the door trying to get that opportunity and get that call up or get an opportunity just to get a workout. And, I think sometimes young guys, rookies or undrafted guys, once they finally say, oh, yes, I put that jersey on, I'm here now. That's that. They don't understand. Yeah, that's just the beginning. The hardest part is staying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Understanding your role and being patient and putting the work in. So sometimes it's like, we don't understand. Basketball, we put in 4-5 hours a day, maybe. Let's just say that's what football puts in a whole day of work. And we complain sometimes about, man, coach said shoot afterwards. Come on, man. Kind of come in early. Like, it's the things that you have to do. It's the groundwork that you have to put in to become what they've always wanted to become. We always say we want to be superstars. We had dreams and shooting, like I said, shooting in your bed, like I'm going to be a star. I'm going to hit the game-winning shot. Well, you can't hit game-winning shots. You can't become stars if you don't put the work in. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's just great to hear, somebody who's come from there, because we always look at the stories of everybody who did a year, 2, 3 in college, get drafted number 1, number 2, become an all-star, win a championship. Like, okay, what about those ones like the Darrell Armstrong of the world who didn't get drafted, played overseas, did 14 years? People don't understand that, and they feel like you can still make it go on a different path. You know what I'm saying? And that's just great to hear.
That's why I loved hearing Jeremy Lin's story last week. I feel like it's pretty similar to yours. Like, I didn't know he even went through all that struggle and getting cut all those times.
For the beginning of that too. Everybody, I remember Jalen got cut in the middle of training camp practice. He had just scored on me in a one-on-one in training camp practice, and like player development dude come, hey Jalen, they want to see you upstairs. I was like, where are you going? In the middle of practice, training camp.
That's what
I'm going. Come on.
Oh, Blake Griffin still don't speak to me, bro. Oh my God.
What'd you do?
So we were playing. When
I ain't want to mention Blake, but not.
When we played the Clippers. The Warriors Clippers was a huge rivalry. Like we couldn't stand each other. And Blake Griffin, Chris Paul drives, late clock. Blake Griffin's in the left corner, right in front of our bench, across from my bench. Shoots a shot. I'm like right on line with the backboard. The ball disappears. Hits the side of the backboard, and I just kind of like freak out. and ESPN like gets it on tape. So I guess he was kind of embarrassed by it, but he hasn't speak to me since.
Not since then?
No, he don't speak to me.
Y'all don't speak out.
No, I mean, I'm like, what's up? The giant?
Nothing.
Sheesh, nothing. He's in Detroit now. He's playing well with Detroit, man. They got a good little squad over there.
You guys just came from there, right?
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling, Steph? You know you're back in it.
I'm feeling good. Happy to be back. 3 weeks. My pops called me in the 30 club now. And when I hurt my groin, he called me and said, look at you getting them 30-year-old injuries now.
Man, they pop up out of nowhere.
Oh, man. Bro, I just got hurt getting a massage. Oh, wow. I swear.
How?
I got a massage with my foot. So this is my foot like this. Well, I got a massage. My foot was going this way, trying to get my Achilles. And it was smashing the tendon. And when I tried to put my foot back, it was locked. I couldn't.
That person fired?
No.
So I didn't want to say how it happened. They were like, what happened? I was like, I don't know. I was just in a weird position. Because that masseuse has been there from the beginning. And it's like, Grace? She's not the one that said, hey, it wasn't Grace. Oh. But it was one of the ones that's most loyal to Grace. So she's cool. So I didn't want to say she did it. Right. So I was just like, man, I was just in a weird position, man. It's one of the things you think you pop it out, go away. Man, next morning, man, I'm like, my wife thought I was joking. I'm like, yo, is something really wrong with my foot? She was like, she need to be fired. I'm like, oh man. It went away though. I ain't missed no games, but I got her getting a massage. Dang, bro. I was like, man, it's the stupidest thing I ever seen.
Yeah, it's on the way.
It's a man's league, bro. Yeah, I'm 29. I mean, I'm 30 in July.
No, so. you do more to take care of your body than probably.
Well, I do.
I got 5 years in college.
He carried luggage, man. So he has a backpack and a strap back with a suitcase. I'm like, man.
Hey, my favorite news story for you though. Last summer, maybe summer before. Last summer when we went to a wedding in Rhode Island, and so like we all got the little Airbnb joint, so we all staying in the same spot. And this dude had literally 10 pieces of like equipment for soft tissue massage, foam rolls, and I'm over here like, yo, what is this? What is this? What is it? I Amazoned everything by the time I left. Right. But then we go play golf the next morning, and like in the back of his golf cart was a Theragun.
Oh yeah, yeah. Gotta get yourself right.
I was like, man, we did mid-round adjustments. What we did?
Hey, bro.
You never know when something might pop up.
Hey, shoot, man, I did 5 years of college, T50. Hey, man, 5 years of college, bro. That don't add up. And our coach was a freaking lieutenant, man. Like 2 miles. We had a 6-week program where we did 2 miles every Monday for time. Wednesday we did like some stuff on the football field, like sprints, and then Friday we had this thing called 20 and 20, where you did 20 suicides in 20 minutes. Like it was nuts, dog. 5 years straight, bro.
This is a question I ain't never asked you. From your perspective, from your rookie years, 98?
98, yeah.
From then till now, like how different is that part of our world in terms of like the treatment
and what's available? I mean, we didn't have cryo.
Staff. It was the whole
we
deal.
Only had probably 2 or 3 people as far as training staff. Is like trainer, maybe a massage therapist, and 2 other helpers. That's it. And then you had the cold tub, ice tub, and stem.
Stem, ultrasound.
That's it. And ultrasound. That's it. That was
stem, ultrasound.
I mean, I used to watch Doug Christie go literally sit in the tub to his neck, like what now you're getting the cryo to your neck. I mean, he used to sit in the tub and just more ice and just be like, it's not worth that. It's not worth that. He's like, yo, fella, you gonna need it. You gonna need this one day. Him and D Brown, I'm like, man, please, am I gonna do that? Now I'm like, oh, you like, young fella? I said to everybody, young fella, you gonna need it. Man, it's crazy. It's totally different now. I mean, shoot, you old too, bro.
That cold tub is nothing now.
No.
Before?
Yeah, that was gospel. Now it's just like
add some ice. Yeah. Man, this ain't enough ice in it, man.
Yeah, it's just, foot bad. But we used to have the metal tubs.
Oh yeah,
it's in a couple arenas.
We still got one.
Yeah, we got
locker room at Oracle.
Yeah,
it's like the little gray switch to flip the motor on. Look like you on the back of a boat.
Feel like you're gonna tear your Achilles up if you go too far in the back. I used to be scared of that shit. I feel like those things were extra cold, like as far as the tubs, because it's metal. Like, metal, ice, and water. Come on,
bro. It's important, bro. Especially the way I play, man. Like up and down, and
I used to say that about D Wade. All the falling, he would
fall down 7, get up 8.
Yes.
I've been thinking about that since last week.
No, I know. Somebody said to me on Twitter, they was like, why everybody say you fall down 7 times, get up 8?
Doesn't make sense.
And you know what I said? I said, as a black man, you got to get up already. So there it is. Boom. There you go. Fall down 7, you got up 8 times. There go the answer.
But I don't think you didn't even notice that till Jeremy was like, but hold on a second. Jeremy landed Harvard.
Like, analytical, man.
He's like, so how do you fall down 7 and get up 8?
Bro, like,
you started on the ground? Started from the bottom.
Started from the bottom, man.
Hey,
man. Yeah, you know it.
That's hilarious.
That's somebody that smoked weed question. No, somebody said, those memes with somebody smoking. Somebody said, wait, how do they know what sound the dinosaurs made in these movies? I said, damn. How do they know what sound the dinosaurs made?
Somebody could actually like transcribe what the sound like, and they just on a cave walk, somewhere like
you can't tell because we don't know.
I have to.
A bone don't tell you. A bone don't tell you what the sound is, right?
Right.
We ever been to the moon?
Nope.
They gonna come get us. I don't think so either.
I'm conspiracy.
Sorry, I don't want to start a conspiracy.
They ain't been on the moon.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
Stanley, you gotta do the research on Stanley Kubrick.
This big back then.
Bro,
you talking about we took something to the moon? I don't think so.
I had a bag phone. No.
What?
What?
With the long
cell phone, the bag, the cell phone.
Oh, you had a bag phone?
I thought we were talking about like not the Roxbury type phone, but not like
the one you had in the car.
Yeah, the bag. It was a little bag in it.
Oh, you put in the center console?
Yeah.
My grandpa had one of those.
Yeah, we had one.
Oh, you just threw that in there.
No, but
I know what you were going down.
Wait, but could you take it out of the car?
Yeah, but you plug it in. So that was like right how you ride with your cell phone.
Cigarette lighter.
Like, right in the cigarette lighter.
Yeah,
that's how you got around.
Did you have one of those?
No, I ain't have one of them. I had a cell phone like my senior year of high school. I got a cell phone. It was like a regular, like Motorola joint.
That's great.
Like a Nokia?
You could get the Worm was the only game. That Worm game. Snake was
they have that on iPhones now? It is so fun. It's really fun.
The B2B, it's about this big.
The little gray joint.
Yeah. Oh my God.
The Blueberry?
No, it's before that.
The one that like swipes open?
It used to be
this is T-Mobile
Sidekick.
God, it's going by. Jay-Z talked about
it's like this thick.
Him and
Motorola two-way page.
Two-way page.
And you
said Jay-Z. I
had all the two ways. You were like, yo, beam me. Beam me your songs.
What?
I was jealous of anybody that had one of them.
Oh, you remember Genuine album? He was like, hold your two ways up. And then he beat him the song.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to send a picture so y'all can see it. I still have them.
I never could get one of them. I ain't getting no checks from Arizona, so.
What?
I wanted one of them so bad. I wanted a two-way so bad.
So they pay y'all Arizona?
Man, hell no, man. I'm starving.
Speaking of that,
he can't say it on.
I did see you almost went to Kansas.
I almost went to Arkansas.
I saw online that you almost went to Kansas. No, that was a lie.
That was one of my final.
They forgot the R.
Right.
They are.
That was my favorite visit. Kansas was my favorite visit.
Well, obviously,
Kansas was.
For obvious reasons.
That was you know what I was thinking? When I was on campus at Kansas, and we went to a football game, it was a bunch of old people, and I don't know.
Football team.
They terrible.
Yeah,
My bad.
But they got a new coach though. But I don't know why this crossed my mind as a senior in high school. But I'm thinking, how many chicks did Will Chamberlain run through out of all these women that's in here? I don't know why I thought about that. I apologize.
Because there's a
100.
women.
It was a bunch of old women. I'm like, Will Chamberlain went here. He said he hit 20,000 women, 25,000.
No way.
Yeah.
Somebody
you
broke
believe
down the plausibility of that statement based on like.
It was like 3 a day though. I'm like, there's no way he can hit that. It's impossible.
Nah.
And game days.
Nah, good.
Especially if he ran against somebody, wow.
But the way he's doing
Gonna need a timeout. No? No? Nobody? Okay.
You gotta get subbed out for having.
Hey,
come on, just that hurt your numbers.
Yeah, man.
But the way them post moves he was making, he could have done it. That man did a post move like this. Come on, man. He talking about he's the best center of all time, man.
Oh, Lord.
Y'all saw that move on tape. I said, come on, man.
This ain't the place to bring up your theory, is
Yeah. Wow.
Steph, I do want to ask you, because there's been so many comparisons of Trae Young to you.
Mm-hmm.
I just want, and you can give us a real answer about what you think about him so far in the comparisons, and then we can wrap, and then you guys can play golf.
He should cut his hair.
No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Why? Wait, why?
I don't know, it just don't quite. They said that about Luther, his just didn't quite. Yeah. I like him though, that's my man. And he's frugal. He had like a Fossil watch on. I said, you got
T-Sock.
He got T-Sock.
But before that deal, I saw him with a watch on. He had like whatever they wear, watches they wear when they don't got no money, and he had it on. After he was like Adidas deal. I said, I like him a lot.
I like that. I do like that part.
I like that.
Oh, he got all the deals now.
But he got a temp fade that joint.
That'd be worse. It'd be worse.
Or Darren Williams.
Because it'd be tight.
Darren Williams it.
Yeah, Beijing. Oh, that was Carlos Boozer that had the
that's bad.
Yeah, that football helmet on.
Man. When he started sweating, it just
They was playing Boston.
Did it?
I would never forget
okay,
that.
cool. I'm about to
They
say,
were
y'all
playing-
remember that?
They were playing Boston.
bro. It was nuts.
And we was in the game. We were about to play. And Reggie Evans, he crazy.
That's my man.
Oh my God. He's like, yo, something ain't right. Man, he starts the third quarter, it was like halfway gone.
It was it was like, it went from like pitch dark to like fading away.
You can't do that stuff in the league, bro.
He did.
Especially when you wipe your face with
He
a towel.
did it.
Like,
He did it.
oh man,
He did it.
epic fail.
What were we talking about again?
I forgot.
Trey.
Trae Young.
That's all I remember.
What do you think about Trae Young?
Yeah, they're
And just
I mean, so the comparisons, the comparisons are what they are. You can't avoid them at this point. How much scrutiny and how visible he's been in the last 2 years. My thing is, yeah, there's some similarities. So like when I came in the draft, they're talking about me and Steve Nash, and like, yeah, that was my kind of like basketball idol on the court in terms of I wanted to play like him. I wanted to combine him and Reggie Miller into the same person, and that's like the player that I wanted to be.
Oh, he did that.
damn.
But in terms of like,
wow.
I didn't put pressure on myself to be Steve Nash my rookie year, my second year. It was all about like playing a game that I knew how to play. How I feel for Trae in this situation, I haven't talked to him specifically about it, but like if people put a spotlight that had on him right now that they put on, if they did that to me when I was 19, 20, 21, nobody ever would have talked about me the way they talk about me now because I wasn't ready.
Right.
And there's a process to everything. And so it's great that they're comparing him to us because that's kind of, there's potential there, and the reason that they're spending breath on him is because he's done some amazing things, but just everybody gotta be patient, man.
That's what I say. I don't think it's fair to young guys. Like I don't.
Not.
Like when they play, who do you compare such and such to? I'm like, well, a player shows flashes of someone, and they're gonna create their own lane, if you would. I mean, yeah, you're gonna see. I mean, there's been so many superstars and guys who've changed the game. So now, as they change the game, you're going to see guys try to incorporate some of the tools or the things that they have in their game, which now you're going to start seeing flashes of. I remember coming out of Carolina, obviously, I was talking about, the next Michael Jordan. No. I don't want to be that.
Yeah.
You may see flashes of that because we go home, we trying to, be like Mike, but like I'm not trying to be Mike. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm Tiger Woods. Like remember, no, bro. I want to. You might see some things or see a fadeaway like him, but no, I'm trying to create my own lane. It's like, nobody wants that pressure.
Yeah,
right? You don't want that pressure.
And I think they want Trae to look like you now in his first year into the league, and I think that's not a fair.
That's just how society is.
Yeah,
that, and I say to young guys and people who are in his corner, if you're going to try to compare him or try to build, the next Steph Curry thing, well then start from the beginning, and build it like
the narrative is
Steph
gonna
Curry.
happen, man. He's gonna be fine.
Exactly.
Like he's gonna. I would put money behind him in terms of like the promise that he has and being able to lead a team. As his career unfolds, but in terms of like, the process has to happen, man. Like my rookie year, all I was worried about was just getting better. There was no pressure on me to win right away. There was no. And
he's in kind of a similar situation.
Yeah, like, just play basketball, man.
Just go out, hoop. Make guys better, figure out, learn the game. Learn the lifestyle, learn how to become a pro. Because he just turned 20. So you got a lot to learn anyways.
It's my 21st year.
I was picking my major at 20.
That's my 21st year playing.
Shout out to Dell.
I don't know if you guys... Vince was drafted before Trae was born.
That's phenomenal.
I'm 3 months older than his dad.
Damn. Oh, my God.
He was in the league before Trae was born.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
And now they're on the same team. You have outlasted everyone, Vince Carter. Half amazing.
Dirk's still there too.
Yeah. He's holding on.
Kicking around.
What is that? Little shoulder move? That's your Dirk move?
He kicking around. That's my guy. But,
y'all seen him shoot?
Man, exactly. But no, I definitely say that. I say, hey, take your time, man. Just, start, don't skip steps is what I'm basically saying to all the young people who are listening to this. I don't care who your favorite player is, and don't skip steps. If you want to be that, go do your homework.
That's
do
facts.
your homework.
That's
do your freaking homework.
One of my
how it started, like how they struggled. Learn how they struggled first.
Right.
We come in like, oh, he's going to be like such and such. You looking at the polished product,
right?
Now.
Exactly.
Look at the beginning when it was all rust and nobody wanted it.
Chauncey Billups.
That's what I'm saying. Like look at that.
Talking about doing your homework.
5 teams.
Steve Nash, in terms of like where he was an understudy for 3 years before he actually got a shot, and to switch teams to figure out how he could get out of Jason Kidd's shot on the whole deal, and then he learned though. Then he was thrown out there, figured it out.
The rest was history.
But and to Trae, advice for Trae, obviously just be himself in the whole equation. Like he is different. He's the only one that is Trae Young that plays the way he plays the game. Like you said, there are flashes of similarities, comparisons, whatever, but. As he unfolds, understand how he's going to be successful in this league, and everybody's situation is different in terms of what they need to do to help their team win, as opposed to getting the most potential out of themselves. So, man, just be patient.
Learn your favorite player's struggle first,
and send me all the.
Go from
there. That.
Yeah.
Did you have something, Baze?
Oh yeah, one of my favorite quotes in regards to patience is, "It takes 10 years to become an overnight success," and that's like something I always live by. That's why I like, just taking it a day at a time, especially with my golf game.
Oh my God.
Ask your question now. That was a good one. Remember what you asked at the beginning?
That was
What's
good.
that?
Who's the best golfer?
Yeah.
Ask it again.
Oh,
Ask
yeah.
it again.
Ask it again.
Now,
go ahead.
now that the gang's all here, who is the best golfer at this table?
Okay,
Down
I'll start. I'm
Down
in
here?
4th place.
I'm in third. I'm
You
in
gotta
third
believe
right
in
now.
yourself, Vin.
Wait,
Are you in third right now?
Right now, I'm in third.
Down
All right.
here?
Yeah. We got
In the
Steph
basement?
Curry
In the
and Kent
basement.
Bazemore.
I'm
Who is the
one-
best
I'm
golfer?
one in the basement. I'm undefeated over there down
Over
here.
there.
Oh, no. Sorry. Like when
Oh.
you guys
Oh.
hit the course,
Oh, yeah.
I thought you
Close.
meant in the basement right now.
What's his number now? What's your number
I'm
now?
down to a 7.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
It's been too long since we played.
What's yours,
know.
Steph?
he like a +2.
Nah, not that
Oh, wow.
much. It's +1.
So Steph is the best golfer
So I'm
at the
need
table.
4 aside.
Mm.
Is there anything you're not good at?
You got ping
I
pong?
can't,
Are you
I
a
can't
fast
sing
swimmer?
for nothing, huh?
Are you a fast swimmer?
I can. No, not fast swimmer. I can swim though.
Can you play ping pong?
Yeah, I'm nice.
Yo,
He's
nice.
cold. Nah.
You nice?
Nah.
I lost to- who did I lose
you
to in
lost
the championship?
Clay?
No,
You sure? If you and Clay with the championship,
I mean, he
Oh,
got
I
a
did
ping
lose
pong
to-
commercial with Serena Williams. How's she in ping pong?
she's actually really good.
I was gonna say.
I bet her top.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it's
I bet her top.
It's something ridiculous.
It's crazy.
It's something
Damn.
ridiculous though.
I bet.
or was it a foreign dude that won?
It was I don't even know who's on our
Omri.
What? This wasn't last. This was the year before last. This is
I don't remember.
16.
I thought
Caspi balling too. Well, he was playing well.
I thought it was you.
Or is it Bogut?
Bogut wasn't.
Bogus cheating.
Remember.
He's 7 foot. Like he just
The wingspan.
covered the whole
I don't
thing.
know.
Got hit in this
Right? Yeah, it's true.
Can't get them along.
Yeah.
Breaking down ping pong strategy.
Oh man.
Ping pong is a fun sport. Last year was my first time playing ever
Really?
in Toronto. Yeah.
Oh, the
At
is there a team thing or something?
Spin. Yeah, we had a little team
Those places are
tournament.
dope, by the way.
I lost.
Yeah.
I lost like first round. I was like, I'm about to get good
Who
at
won
ping
that?
pong. I think Josh Majette, he beat Dennis.
Mm.
Dennis is pretty good too.
In all serious note, for y'all's golf games, when did you start playing? Vince?
Start playing?
Yeah.
Well, 20 years ago, but like for the last 5 years.
Yeah, but like I've been playing since I was 10,
Right.
and like it's really, 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 really strong advantage when you're a kid to just get the fundamentals and stuff. Like I don't understand how you can start from where y'all started and like to where y'all got now. Unreal. But obviously you live in golf junkies, but it's just
I
crazy.
breathe it,
Like
bro.
in terms of like it's so hard to get good at golf.
Right.
Like if you're starting from scratch, it's so hard to get because every step is a big jump.
Right.
So
And then all of a sudden you just get to a halt.
That's
How
what
about-
I'm afraid of.
How about Cameron Champ though, bro? I
saw
told
that.
him his only weakness is that he's a Nike guy. That's
He look nice out there.
yeah.
I saw that up close in person for 2 rounds, and he was in I played with him and Martin Trainer at the web.com tournament.
yeah.
That is a different sound and a different ball flight I've ever seen in my entire life. Somebody told me on a couple guys on the web and one guy on the PJ Tour said that if you advanced analytics of golf, but if you took like everybody, all the long hitters on tour, on PGA Tour, and said who gets the most value out of their driver, talking distance, accuracy, whatever, like they said Cameron gets the most value out of it.
I saw that on
He
his
makes it look so easy too.
on his
man.
fairway accuracy. It was like unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was like for somebody hit so
30%.
far, it's unreal how that he actually is in the fairway as much as he is.
Right.
Bro, it's unreal.
And
And it looks so
easy,
effortless.
man.
Yeah.
He makes it look so easy. Like, oh, okay, I just need to.
Yeah, you
I'm
do the
telling-
slow mo. You're like, all right, I can get myself in that position. How is it just?
But like,
All right,
like we
bet.
talk about all the time, like his hips.
Yeah, bro. He's facing like his hips are facing the target with his club. Yeah,
If I try that, I'm missing.
severed spine. I'm done.
Oh,
It's a wrap.
Oh,
what's your
that's
handicap?
nice.
I got I'm an 8-1, but I'm not an 8-1 not today. But I ain't played, so
Mm-hmm.
if I played it would my handicap's screwing me up right now.
I'm a 10 right now.
It'd
Feeling
be a
good.
good little
Have a
match.
good match right
Man, that'd be a really good
little
match.
I'm feeling good right
Yeah.
now.
Me and VC versus the.
Yeah,
Let's do it. Let's do it.
That's why they make this up.
Game, bro.
I can't wait to go back to Tahoe. By the way,
Oh, it's phenomenal. I'm trying to. I told you, man.
Yeah, let me know. I
It was
do.
great.
I'm,
You
I'm
can-
ready.
I'm there this summer.
that first,
We need all
first
the
round,
basketball players we need, bro.
I already talked
Yeah.
about it.
Let me. Hey, I'm
that
there.
first round,
When is it?
it's gonna get you.
July.
My wife took me
12th
out last year. Yeah.
through
you did.
16th.
We had a nice little. I mean, we had a nice crew.
My
Was it
anniversary on
me,
the
you,
8th.
Kyle Lowry, Ray Allen,
Ray,
Darren Williams?
Darren, and that's it. I think.
Said J Kidd didn't come this year.
No,
Charles Barkley.
He don't count. We don't claim him.
Oh, C Webb was there.
oh yeah, C-Web was
C-Web
there.
was there.
C-Web
He was there. He was there.
He was okay. He did okay. He wasn't last. They was like, oh, him and going. Nah,
Man, yeah.
a lot of football players.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot of It'd be a lot of
Reggie
it'd be
Bush
Reggie
game,
Bush game nice. Reggie Bush.
Golden Tate's actually.
He
Yeah,
I played
Reggie.
Reggie.
Reggie play.
He's just so strong.
Yeah. them football dudes still.
Man, golly, boy.
But the older they
Patrick
get-
Patterson.
Larry
Yeah,
Fitzgerald.
nice.
Larry Fitzgerald got
Larry
stick.
Fitzgerald. He actually
Patrick
he didn't come up.
Patterson.
Larry came.
Tony
Yeah, I
Romo.
Nah, Larry didn't come because it was the week before
was there?
training camp. Did
No, he was
there.
Yeah.
No, I'm tripping.
Yeah, I spoke with
him
him.
and Aaron
Romo.
Rodgers.
Tony Romo good.
He won.
He won
Tony
it, yeah.
Romo won. But
What's
he's
his
a
name?
professional
Choked.
golfer.
What's the name?
Yeah.
Choke though.
Who? Joe Pavelski?
No, who got second?
Mark
What's
Mulder?
Champ?
Mark Boulder.
Oh, Boulder.
He was winning, right? He
Is
won a
that
couple
the
years
guy
in a
who
row.
won 3 years in a row?
Who won? No, the pitcher won 3 times in a row.
Mark
Boulder.
Mulder won 3 in a row.
Okay.
Bro, he should've
Pavelski
won,
was
man.
winning the first 2 rounds.
And he was on like 16, and he kind of because every time he won, he had a lead. He was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
just
yeah.
Like
coasting.
whatever.
Oh, I was looking at them nerves.
Mm-hmm. Thing got
That's it.
tight.
Hey boy, Tony nice with it.
Yeah,
He's
no,
nice.
I watched him.
He ain't lying. I was sitting there watching like, God.
He got to
Hey,
get his, he
Tony-
gotta get his clothes right too.
Yeah, his ain't baggy.
I was mad. He was.
He had on y'all stuff.
That was
He had on y'all stuff.
He had on the when you was with the Warriors stuff.
Hey, you know on tour? You know who on tour left UA though? Gary Woodland.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now.
Oh, he is with Puma.
Puma, yeah. I was like, dang.
Don't worry, like, my golf stuff coming out next year.
Oh yeah, I do. Ooh.
Interesting. Good for you. But you know what I mean?
16 and a half.
No, not me.
Not for me.
Oh my God.
My little nephew. He growing. You know.
Oh man. I told you 30% golf.
Golf.
30% golf.
Oh, you said how much golf in conversation?
Oh,
yeah,
man.
She's like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah.
What kind of clubs you use now?
I got the TaylorMade P760s. It just came out.
Oh, they just came out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
nice sticks.
Yeah,
Nice sticks.
I still like
It's
my
more.
hands.
I got the P790. I had the P790s, but they launched
They look
higher
so
and
good.
spun. It spun a lot.
Yeah.
The spin is a lot. It's down a lot.
Yeah. They go farther to the P790.
Yeah, I went lighter
Shout
on
out
the.
Callaway team, Chad Coleman.
Yeah.
man.
Chad Coleman, my guy. He's looking out. Yeah, man.
Yeah, my guy's Alan Blocker at TaylorMade. Shout out Alan.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say that anybody at Ping is looking for me. I'm always available. I'm on the way to single digits this summer. Last summer I was an 8, and I'm on the way consistently. I will be seeing you in the Tahoe tournament next summer. So
July 12th through 16th.
your clubs will be on display.
That's hilarious.
We're going to get you some clubs, Vince.
That's cool.
Before the season's over. Who is it? Ping?
Ping. Pinga.
Do you remember that game?
You know
Ping?
somebody's in Atlanta.
Is that Pong?
Whoever's listening.
Oh, was that
Ping,
Pong?
the paddle
Bridgestone.
game?
Bridgestone is in Atlanta.
Bridgestone is in Atlanta.
Bridgestone's in Atlanta.
I know Swedish golfer lives there. Freddie. He can play. He's on the that Dubai tour.
Mm.
Yeah, he can play.
Why do we know this?
I don't know, but
Dude, I know.
through the Atlanta Hawks, where I currently work.
Yeah, bro, he can play, man. I go out and play at Golf Club of Georgia with him, like once a week. He's traveling now though, but it's good to play with golfers that are better than you though.
Yeah,
It's good to see them hit bad shots.
I mean, that bad shots are like they're still like 25 feet.
Oh, did you
birdie.
watch the match?
I did. I was before the game. I was in there on my iPad.
right before we ran out, I stood up before. You take it back.
Man,
Yeah,
it's only 5 birdies.
To your point.
Bro, but they've had
It's
the
great to
course
see
playing
the
so
best
tough.
in the world get humbled every once in
Oh
a
my
while.
goodness.
Bro,
Best of all time got humbled. Phil they were just all over the place.
That's man, dude.
I'd watch it again though. I'll tell you that much.
Got that right.
That course is playing so tough though. Like the pins are in like tough spots, very tough spots.
Why would they do that though?
I don't know. They should have had it set up so they can at least shoot like 65. You know,
They should have something they can shoot at 69. Man.
They is out there like, all right, man, this is getting too hard. Let's pick up the 8-footers. Let's keep it moving.
Man.
Tiger missed. Oh man, Tiger missed that 3-footer on like number 2 or something. Number 1 or number 2.
Phil missed on number 1. I'm like,
I said they bring them 2 back next year, have the same like the rematch, and then have like 2 younger guys like Patrick Reed and Rory,
Jordan Spieth.
or Patrick and Jordan, and have
They
them
ready
play
to
at the
box
same
already
time.
anyway.
Yeah, they don't like each
One
other.
hole
at all.
behind the other.
They ready to kill each other.
More action, same coverage.
And Brooks versus
same
DJ.
odds. Everybody who likes to bet can get in on it.
I'm putting Cameron Champ against anybody, bro. His game's so cold.
I don't know, G.
Yeah,
He
he
like-
like Trae Young right now.
Yeah, you gotta just gotta wait, man.
Patience,
Listen.
man.
Yeah,
He done won. He leading the 2 in birdies right now.
Okay.
That's from the new season. It's only been 3
It's
tournaments.
fine.
Ain't nobody played.
For real, yeah.
It's like Summer League.
Yeah, Summer League.
Oh, wait.
My bad.
But a little bit more money.
Hey, I'm excited for that kid. Though. I ain't never seen. He averaged like 344, though. That's like crazy.
But he gonna have to dial it back.
What you mean?
I mean, like,
Are you not hitting drive every hole?
well, he gonna have to be like, well, I can't hit 345. I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
Oh yeah,
Where?
yeah. Or over the
bunker,
course.
they
of
just be
carry
hitting
the
the
bunker.
driving iron.
They carry the bunker is
300.
like 320 probably.
That's
on most
actually that's
courses.
interesting thought.
Yeah, he
Like,
is. Because Dustin Johnson doesn't have a 3-wood. He has a 4-wood because he hits his 3-wood too long.
They gonna send this to the Shack house, by the way. This ain't even gonna go in this regular.
I know, right?
It's like
She's gonna cut it all out.
Joe house, so we just send it to them.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close.
We just gonna do a golf podcast separately.
Right.
Yeah.
Just do a golf podcast separately. Send us all the free gear. We testing all gear.
Extra coverage. Bonus coverage starts now.
Bonus episodes.
Ping.
I know you guys want to go
Available.
hit, right? Is that what you call it? Go hit. So like,
Play
That
golf.
sounds, yeah.
Play golf.
see, Steph was about to have my back and then he
All
changed
right, I
mine.
got
He's a nice. He's a
No.
very nice.
He is a
guy.
nice
You know
guy.
why?
He's a very
You know
nice
why?
guy.
Why?
Because he was not here in the beginning.
Oh,
The conversation started. That's why.
What happened?
Oh, they go.
Don't
Oh yeah,
say that.
yeah.
Pause.
Oh,
All right.
Oh man, that was crazy.
There you go. Now you got it. That's why you got your back.
All right. Either way, I appreciate it. All right. And that's it for this week on Winging It Podcast, part of the Ringer Podcast Network. As always, don't forget to rate us 5 stars wherever you get your podcasts. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, write us into wingingitthepodcast@gmail.com for a chance to get us to answer your questions. For Kent Bazemore, Vince Carter, Steph Curry, Andre Iguodala, I'm Annie Finberg. Thanks so much.
5
We
stars.
out.
Thank you.
5 stars.
Peace.